Valmore.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get into that Norwegian heritage, you know. I'm not Norwegian, but she is.
Yeah.
So she puts up with me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I don't know so much.
What are you?
Me? I'm Dutch
Dutch.
and Scotch-Irish
Oh my God.
and Campbell soup.
Oh yeah.
A lot more Campbell soup than anything else.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, are you all Norwegian?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Hmm.
My all Norwegian, because my mother. Well, my mother, she grew up at Fargo, or in Mayville, North Dakota, south of Fargo. But her folks came from Norway,
Oh,
and my dad came from Norway, and none of Dad's folks come over here. Pa was all by himself, and he was kind of a strange guy. I don't know, my dad.
yeah?
He never had nothing to do with his brothers or sisters.
No, why into that?
I don't know. He wrote to his mother once or twice a year. Yeah. But he never said, I know nothing about my dad's folks.
Hmm.
And when he was old, and I'd sit and listen with him, I wish to God that I had took and had him tell me all about his family in Norway,
Sure.
everything, and tell me how he met my mother,
Yeah.
Anna. Well, Anna Skari came from Mayville. She came out here because she had a sister, Martha Vangrud, that lived over up on a hill. Her husband had homesteaded up here.
Oh, yeah.
But then my mother had a neighbor right across the fence and from her by the name of Mrs. Rusted. Well, Carl Rusted went to Mondack or Buford, and there he was a businessman. There he sold McCormick Deering and machinery, or at that time it wasn't McCormick Deering, it was McCormick.
Okay.
And he had a lumber yard, and his wife run a boarding house. And that's where my mother worked.
Okay.
I don't know where she met my dad.
Oh, yeah.
At some party around here, I just wish
Yeah.
I do. But anyway,
Well, when her grandpa, was it your grandpa that had the mandolin, that played the mandolin, and
No, that was my dad's
your dad's
father.
Harry?
Yeah, Harry Croy.
oh, Harry Croy.
Did you know him?
Harry Croy?
Yeah.
Oh God, yes.
Did he play it in a band?
I don't know.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, no. But I
Okay.
suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't know if you went to them dances, you know,
Yeah.
because they used to do dances, I guess.
Oh yeah. In the early days, yeah,
Sure.
they had dances. You betcha.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably where they met then. Could be, eh?
Well, I don't know.
No?
Yeah.
Her mother, you know, when I remember her mother and Annabelle put that book together, you know, about old days in that for Cartwright.
Yeah.
Remember that book?
Cartwright.
Yeah, you probably have it. You know,
Right there.
a copy of that book. Yeah,
That's a wonderful thing.
yeah. Did you have something to say in that book too?
Oh yeah.
You did, eh?
Oh God.
What was your best memory of that book?
Well, everything. And once in a while I take it, but it's kind of sad.
Yeah,
You know, everybody's dead.
in there. Yeah, yeah. That's too bad. Yeah, that's too bad. That's too bad. That's part of life, eh?
Yeah, I guess.
But it's a history that you can't forget. You got to remember.
Yeah.
I like that book because I read that book and I didn't know them people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Of course, the trouble is, you see, I knew practically every one of them.
You did, eh? Grew up with them and everything. Worked with them. Yeah.
Not work with them, but you know, you see, a lot of them were south here.
Yeah.
Yeah, south here. and then the monsters' big families.
Yeah.
The lassies had about 11 kids. Gilbus had a big
Yeah.
and pile of kids. Hard, oh God, it's just a swarm of kids.
The
Gee,
Myers
Myers, oh,
and the Croys.
yeah, there's 10, 11 kids, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell what they did in their spare time.
What was it? They didn't have TV back then,
No,
so probably didn't have lights to read by either.
and it must have been some cold nights.
Yes, I bet you that's right.
Yeah, well, anyway, there,
How did they survive in them days when it's so cold out here? And I mean,
Well-
they didn't have air conditioning in the summer.
oh no, but, well, all of them had a cook stove, you know.
Yeah.
And then they had a heating stove. And then, of course, they cut a lot of wood.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, well, my dad, of course, we mined coal.
Oh, you guys did.
Oh, yeah. Well, a lot of these people mined coal or bought coal.
Sure. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that around.
John Dunbar, you know, and Merle Dunbar. Merle Dunbar, yeah, you know him real well. He mined coal all the time in the winter times. You know.
Yeah.
Jack Dunbar would help him, you know.
Yeah. Where was the coal mines around here?
Well, Merle Dunbar had a coal mine in the hills, directly down where Martin Sandys had land. You know, they joined the river.
Oh, okay.
West of where Tom Thorson lived, up on the hill there.
Okay. There was coal in there.
On those hills,
Yeah.
in those hills.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, there's coal all over.
Really?
Yeah, no, but they went up in the hill about 10, 15 feet, and it was about a 5-foot vein.
Really?
And there they'd go in and go underneath.
Really?
And
Huh. Pull it out of there with an axe, I guess, eh? A pickaxe or something?
No. It was drilled and powdered
Oh, yeah?
and shot, you know.
They did, eh?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Most of them, you see, Big Share bought coal from Merle Dunbar.
Oh, okay. Did you know that, Lois?
No, I didn't know that.
Huh?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Merle Dunbar sold coal, and Jack Dunbar had an old Model T truck, and it had three transmissions,
Oh, 3 transmissions.
so that you put it in low, and you could barely see it move. But you know, he could climb right up a pole,
Sure.
and he hauled coal to the schoolhouses and wherever. And of course, coal was cheap. I suppose he delivered a ton of coal for $2.50.
Sure, I guess. Yeah, that's a lot of work.
Yeah,
And then deliver it yet.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Jack, of course, he was so proud. Yeah, he was bragging about going up the old Thorson Hill. You don't remember that? The
Well,
old,
the old hill, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, the old hill, yeah.
up in the side hill there?
Yeah,
You remember
Yeah.
that?
yeah.
Well, Jack's would go up that hill with a load of coal, and of course, it's quite a, you know, he'd have to put chains on,
Oh, okay.
and he just jumped out and put the chains on while it was still
Well, it's
going.
moving.
Yeah, still
Because it's
moving.
moving so slow.
Yeah. Yeah. And Jack,
Well, it must have had pretty skinny tires then, eh? And little rubber or wooden wheels with
oh,
skinny...
no. It was good truck tires.
Oh,
Yeah,
mm.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh, so-
Yeah, when something broke out here, you had to fix it yourself, eh? You couldn't just buy new,
Oh, yeah, you could buy.
could you?
Yeah.
Or you have to have it shipped out here to you?
Oh, no, you could buy parts in Sydney.
Oh, yeah.
Well, like Model T,
Yeah.
oh, you could buy Model T parts anywhere. It's just about the same as buying candy.
Today. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
hmm.
Fairview had at least 2 car dealers, you know, and then you could get it in Sydney, and, or else you could get it from a neighbor, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I about 3 model, or I had about 4 Model Ts at one time.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh. Something I remember, I don't know, over by Ted's place or something, there was what looked like the remnants of an old Hupmobile over there, you know. You know, we were over there one time looking around. You know, they didn't make very many of them. That was just kind of a early years. I forget when that was, in the 20s somewhere.
Oh, yeah, Hupmobile?
Yeah, yeah.
Was it a Hupmobile?
I don't know. It kind of looked like it to me.
Well, you know, Martin Sandy's old Buick, you know, Martin Sandy got about $20,000 or so from his uncle or his brother Anton
Mm-hmm.
in Billy, or in
Twin Falls.
Twin Falls.
Yep.
And Martin was pretty hard to talk to
Oh, he's a rich man then.
after that money.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Lord. And he went and bought that Buick
Sure.
sedan. Nice, beautiful car.
You give you a ride in it?
No,
No.
no. And you had to stay away from the back of Martin when he left the pit.
He'd throw rocks at you?
He sure did.
He did.
When he backed up, those wheels spun over many times before they took a hold.
He did.
Oh yeah, they spin them. Yeah, Martin was proud of that car. Yeah, he came to visit me many times, and he wouldn't come in the house. He'd sit out in the car, so Gunny would make coffee and lunch, and I would come and get it and go out to the car.
Oh yeah.
He was sat in the car and drank coffee.
Huh?
And so, yeah, and oh, you bet Martin and that Buick.
Yeah, he didn't take you to town in it though, huh?
No. And then, well, then Ted got a hold of it. But, well, I suppose what happened, it went through that flood.
Yeah.
It went through that flood. You know, Martin felt pretty smart. He felt a lot smarter than some of them guys. When he moved that house that he lived in down there, it's still there,
Yeah.
up in the air, but it's kind of falling in the cellar.
Yeah.
Have you looked at it?
I hadn't looked at it
Not
lately.
lately, no.
I was over there with Don. He was moving some water, you know, pumping some water around, and he needed to get some of his dam tarps, you know, that he puts into the ditch.
Oh, yeah.
And he went in that old shed to get them out of there.
Oh,
The grass was higher, and
oh, yeah.
you know.
Well, that Buick sits in the trees down there. Of course, you know, it's all to pieces now.
Sure.
Well, not the body, but the inside, because it filled up with mud, you know.
Yeah.
But, no, let's see what else yeah, what the heck was I talking about now?
Yeah, you were telling us about that Martin there. He was proud of that old
Well,
Buick.
this is what he did. Now, once in a while, there's an ice jam on the Missouri there.
Okay.
Well, then the water backs up, you know, and the whole bottom down there flooded
Sure.
all the way up. And it was, you know, on Martin Sandy's garage down there, it was up on the wall for 8 feet.
Really?
Terrible. Gullicksons down there, they had a boat that they was going around the yard with it.
In the yard.
Yeah. Well, so Martin, when he built that house down, or built it, he bought that little house someplace, I don't know where, in Charbonneau or someplace, and moved it down there.
Okay.
And then he had ash posts sitting in the ground, and this house is sitting on top of that.
Okay.
Well, so then he hired somebody that had a, you know, Laterno, or that, I don't know whether it was a cat and a scraper, or if one of those that was in one unit.
Yeah.
Well, he scraped dirt from back down there, scraped a big trench, and he hauled that dirt and piled it up along his house.
He did, okay.
And he piled this up 8 feet high. Well, so he could drive his Buick up like this and park on top there, and no flood in the world could
Oh boy.
yeah, and that was even with the door in his house.
Really?
Yeah. So when you went to visit him, you climbed up some stairway to get into his house.
Sure, sure.
Oh, he was proud of that because he had that flood down there, and it, you know, it went in everybody's house. He
Except
sat
his.
high and dry. Yeah. So
Well, how did he get his car out of there when it flooded?
oh no, he left it alone.
Until the flood went
Oh
down.
yeah, that went down right away.
Oh, okay.
You see,
Smart, yeah.
As soon, the flood never was long because it would build up such a pressure on the ice jam on the Missouri, you know, that it would break loose someplace.
Yeah,
It would break loose there or someplace, and then of course the water
would run out.
went down, and then, well, you see, just think, long time ago, in 1828, way back there, the river was right below the door on Fort Union.
Mm.
Have you been in Fort Union?
It's been a long time.
But you know what's right on the edge of that big hill?
Okay.
Huh? Just outside there's a big hill down there.
Yeah.
Well, the river was there.
Hmm.
And the ferries, the steamboats that come up from St. Louis with supplies parked right below,
They did.
right down below there.
Huh.
So they went up this hill, and then it started, and then the ice jams, the river would cut a new channel, and so then the river, instead of going there, went here,
Oh yeah.
and it's moved many times. Now, if it had been an ice jam this spring here, it probably would have
Moved again.
moved east of that confluence. Have you been down to that?
Mhm.
You've been?
Yeah, it's really nice, isn't it?
Oh, dandy, nice,
Yeah.
beautiful place. And the Yellowstone River comes right into the Missouri right there.
Yeah.
But if there was an awful big ice jam there, it would probably break loose and come over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, that's mowed many times.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty nice in there.